As a kid, I grew up living, at different times, in these two rural valleys northeast of Eugene. At some point in my childhood, I realized that these valleys were separated only by this one small ridge, and I became fascinated with the idea of driving directly from one to the other over the hills. I've made a number of attempts to make this drive from the Mohawk Valley to the Camp Creek Valley, but each time I have been stopped by gates. When I was a kid, we used to drive up these roads all the time. Those yellow areas are BLM lands, and obviously there is a lot of privately owned land too. Anyway, today, Colin and I are going to make another attempt, this time by starting from the Camp Creek side, stop for a quick hike up this mountain, and then hopefully complete the loop extracting to the Mohawk Valley via the town of Wendling, which is a route I've never attempted. We're getting into some pretty crazily overgrown roads here. Early on, we've managed to pick up a rock in the brakes, which I've been unable to dislodge by backing up or anything else. The screeching is absolutely unbearable, so we've stopped to try and get rid of it. Tiny little thing, tiny little piece of gravel. Oh, I just can't get it. See it. I can touch it. Oh. Okay. I can see it's going to drop back in if I get this wrong. I've managed to remove what turned out to be a tiny little pebble from between the rotor and the splash shield, and we're back on our way. I wonder if that's true. Oh yeah, it is. Ultimately, we didn't get far at all, and as it's not too late in the afternoon, and we were really looking forward to hiking that mountain, we've decided to loop around and come at it from the other side. I shouldn't be surprised. I really thought this would be a legit route, but of course it's gated. Getting here, we had to cross a bridge over this creek and noticed some old concrete ruins. I normally wouldn't give this a second thought, but I just remembered a friend telling me about some old mill town ruins right in this area. This wasn't part of my plan for today, but I think we may have inadvertently stumbled upon the old mill site. The Booth Kelly Mill dates to the 1880s, though it underwent modernization around 1900. The company suffered assorted shutdowns over the years, but was mostly active until 1946 when it ceased all operations. Former mill sites are extremely common in rural Western Oregon. You see them everywhere, but most have been completely flattened. This site is particularly interesting with these foundational remnants getting taken over by nature, creating an almost post-apocalyptic vibe. None of our plans worked out today, but this unexpected discovery has been a satisfying conclusion to this afternoon's excursion. So I'm up on the lava fields of Mackenzie Pass. When I was researching my lava tour, which you may have seen the video, this was a road that I spotted that was going across lava. Now it's not accessible by car, but since I was coming through, I wanted to stop and see if I could find it. And it's unnoticeable from the highway. This is a segment of the original Wagon Road over this pass, dating back to around 1870. Modern Highway 242 still follows the original historic route, but bypasses this stretch. Work on the original Wagon Road, started in the 1860s, was originally a private business venture and quickly became the preferred route to get over the Cascades from Eugene City into Central Oregon. Originally called the Mackenzie Salt Springs and Deschutes Wagon Road, the business venture operated for 22 years, collecting tolls from travelers. The venture was eventually abandoned, but the route was preserved and improved by public agencies. It would continue being the best route from Eugene to Central Oregon until the 1960s, when the Clear Lake Cutoff was built, connecting the original highway to Santiam Pass, which is a lower elevation pass that today remains the primary connection between Central Oregon and the Willamette Valley. These are the remnants of an abandoned telephone line that existed along this route. There are trees growing right out of the roadbed now. Well, I don't have to worry about anyone breaking into my car out here. I can keep an eye on it. Downed tree, of course. I'm out on BLM land southeast of Eugene. I came out here to film my all-terrain tires video, but I'm also spending a little time exploring. We're up on BLM lands here, and this is lands that have been logged, probably logged again. I'm guessing we're looking at a third growth planting right there. Somehow, this lucky guy has managed to avoid all the harvests. Well, it's no giant sequoia like down in the redwoods, but it's a pretty good sized tree, you can see, compared to me. I first came out this way a few weeks ago with my local CRV buddies Sean and Matt. We poked around on a few trails, but mostly just hung out at the end of a spur with a nice view and had a little potluck picnic with Sean on barbecue duty. I had just finished moving my $60 do-it-yourself awning to the back of the car and adding the smaller real awning to the side, so of course I wanted to test out the new setup. Well, you had to know that was going to happen. I do have my chainsaw with me, so I can deal with this, but it looks like it doesn't really matter. This road's not going any further. Yeah, it looks like that tree has been down for quite a while and no one's been up this road. That looks drivable, but when I'm out by myself, I just can't take any chances. It's impossible to know just how deep those ruts are. Yeah, see, the water is like a foot deep, and the bottom is soft and squishy, and there are at least 3 to 4 inches of ground exposed in the middle above the water. With a little over 10 inches of clearance under the Forester, I'll definitely high center on that. Maybe with some momentum I might sneak through, but with no other rig along to assist in a recovery, I can't chance it. I'll find another route. Off in the distance, that's Three Sisters, the same mountains you just saw towering above the lava beds along Mackenzie Pass. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll have some new adventures for you soon. If you enjoy my videos and would like to help keep the channel operating, consider becoming a supporter on Patreon. Patrons receive access to exclusive extra content and other perks.